All right, we're back in the lab today. Excited to show you some film of the Missouri defense. Huge game on Saturday in Columbia. Alabama, who looks like maybe the best team in the country right now, travels to Missouri. As we record this video, it is Wednesday morning. The Crimson Tide, a 3-point favorite. So not a huge number, right? Alabama going to Missouri in prior years, this number would be a lot longer. But Missouri's been good this year. They're undefeated. Bo Perbula, former Penn State kid, transferred to Missouri during the college football playoff and took over as the starting quarterback. Won the quarterback battle in camp, kind of. He was kind of 1A to the 1B. And then I think the 1B got injured. And then Perbula, I think it was in the first week of the year. If not, it was very early in the season. Started playing really well and kind of took that job over. Missouri's got a great run game. Their offense should be an interesting chess match against the Alabama defense. But really, the film I want to show you today is what Alabama's offense might expect against the Missouri defense. And this is a Mizzou defense that I think at their core is good, not great. And their defensive coordinator, Corey Batoon, he's very experienced, DC, runs a 4-2-5 scheme. And a lot of zone coverage. That's what I noticed when I watched them on film. So enough yap. Let's go to the tape and let's see exactly what Ty Simpson, who right now looks like the best quarterback in college football, at least from the neck up, might see this week. So again, this is 3rd and long for South Carolina. So I'm going to show you tape from the Missouri-South Carolina game. Why? Because Lenora Sellers, I would say, in terms of talent, certainly on the level of where Ty Simpson is with his quarterbacking. Obviously, different quarterback. Sellers more of a little bit more skilled with his legs than Simpson, but both guys have big arms and they can throw the ball down the field with accuracy. And also the South Carolina receivers, very athletic. Not as polished route runners, but very athletic receivers. And that's what they're going to face this week when they see Alabama. So I want to show you this right now because this is 3rd and long. And you could tell that Missouri's playing a very soft, right? Here's that 4-2-5 shell, right? 5 defensive backs. They're playing very soft because they don't want to let anybody run by them, right? It's 3rd and I think 14 here. So you want to keep everything in front, right? There's the 4-2-5 look with 4 guys down linemen, 2 linebackers in the middle. This is kind of their base look. But here's the problem. They jump off sides. And the receiver, see, there's the offsides jump. The receiver notices this, runs right down the field and catches a touchdown. I mean, this is just, again, the corner here, number 2, Toriano Pride. He's a senior transfer from Clemson, 5'11", 190. Experienced kid. Should know that it's 3rd and 14. The one thing you can't do is be flat-footed and then allow a receiver to run by you. This is a sophomore wide receiver, Vandrevius Jacobs, who absolutely cooked in this game. Look at the cushion. Again, a lot of cushion there. About a yard of space that Pride is giving him, but Jacobs just runs right by him. Great throw by Sellers. Touchdown. Declined the penalty. So this is where I see a issue for Missouri secondary against the Alabama receivers, Horton and Bernard and Williams. Nothing against Vandrevius Jacobs. I'm sure he's a talented kid, obviously made a nice play here. The Alabama receivers are significantly faster, more polished, better route runners, and I do think Ty Simpson is a better quarterback, and I think he's going to put it on a good spot. So that's a problem. If on 3rd and 14, when you're playing a 5 defensive back shell trying to keep everything in front of you, if you let a receiver run right by you, I think Alabama's offense, Ty Simpson most notably, is in for a good time. I think this is where, Sellers does a good job here in zone coverage. So, again, I forget what down and distance this is, but they're kind of giving you a conservative look. This is actually 1 high safety, but they've got these 3 corners that are kind of playing at this level. Again, when you have corners and safeties at different levels, it kind of indicates zone coverage. At the snap, right, you could see anytime you get butts to the sideline, kind of a butt to the sideline here, and this nickel guy is running right to the corner. This is just a very basic zone coverage look. The problem is Missouri is unable to get pressure with their front 3, which allows this receiver to run right into this hook curl spot And Lenore Sellers does a nice job of manipulating the pocket a little bit. You'll see it much better from the tight, right? Comes off of his first read, because the first read's right here. The first read is this hook curl right here, not there. So Sellers clicks off of it and does a good job of finding a pocket. You'll see it here. So it clicks off of his first read, and this is a linebacker against the receiver here. I believe that's also, no, this is a freshman. This is a freshman receiver, Brian Rowe. Does a really good job, right? He knows that there's a pocket right in here. So what does he do? He just drifts over. Sellers sees it, and he throws it. These are the windows that Alabama is going to get on Saturday. And Ty Simpson, who doesn't have blazing speed, I think one thing he is able to do is, again, manipulate the pocket, climb up and down, left and right to where the pressure is coming. He's very good at feeling that pressure and then finding those windows. This is, I'll be honest, this is a very big window to throw into here. I mean, I think a lot of quarterbacks could make this throw. Obviously, a good quarterback with a good receiver obviously could make that throw. Nice job by the receiver. Catches it to the inside, cuts away from the linebacker, gets about 5-10 yards after the catch. This is the touchdown that Sellers threw. This was the highlight that you all saw on ESPN probably because, hey, Lenore Sellers is back, right? He threw for over 300 yards in this game. Just a very basic switch release. Right? I liked how South Carolina does this a lot. They run this stack formation. You'll see a switch release up top, and then you'll see this guy on the middle. Kind of a dagger concept here. But this is number 12, Dre Norwood, that gets absolutely cooked. So we showed you Toriano Pride getting cooked, the senior transfer from Clemson, 5'11", 190. Now we're going to show you Dre Norwood completely losing eye discipline and getting run right past for a touchdown. Another senior transfer corner from Texas A&M, 6', 190. And this is, I believe this is Brian Rowe Jr., again, a freshman that runs right by him, gets a good inside release. This safety doesn't rotate in time, and this is an easy touchdown for Sellers. Again, guys, this is easy pickings. So this safety probably got caught up a little bit on this dagger concept, and this safety is supposed to rotate over the top and help. But none of those two things happen. Maybe the switch release threw him off just a little bit, but I mean, this is easy. I mean, look how wide open he is. It wasn't even a great throw. He had to turn around to the other side. But this is an easy touchdown for Alabama. All right, this is the one time in the game, or excuse me, that was an easy touchdown for South Carolina. I think Alabama's going to get some easy touchdowns this week on that. We'll see. This is the one time in the game where Mizzou went man-to-man. And guess what happened? They got absolutely roasted for an explosive. So, again, his butt's actually to the sideline, but you can see locked up in man-to-man coverage up top, single high safety. This is a man-to-man indicator. Does that mean they're going to run man-to-man? Maybe not. But at the snap, you can see he's moving. Anytime you move with a motion man, it kind of shows man-to-man. And then at the snap, you can kind of see it man-to-man, man-to-man. Lenore Sellers is going to go play action right here. And I forget who this is, receiver, just runs a basic deep post, and he's wide open. Gets good inside release. Sellers has time to throw. He leads the receiver away from the corner towards the middle of the field. Good job by Sellers reading that there's no inside safety help, and you can just loft this one high and deep over the middle and let your speedy receiver, I actually think this is another freshman, Brian Rowe Jr., run underneath it. But again, you can see it really good here from the tight. Actually, no, that's 19. That's Vandrevius Jacobs, sophomore. You can see it really good here from the tight. I mean, right now, this is done. You're cooked here. You're running a deep post, and you've got 1.5 yards, 2 yards of inside leverage, and you're already a foot, a step or two in front of the corner. Sellers knows. I mean, look at all the time he has, too, in the pocket. I mean, there is no pressure here. And Sellers just has time to chill. Throws a really nice ball. Jacobs runs under it, makes a nice catch. And bing, bang, boom. I think South Carolina scored a little bit later on that drive. Actually, no, I actually think they might have taken a sack there. But either way, that is what Alabama's receivers are going to face this week. I think it is going to be not an easy time. You're on the road. It's the SEC. I don't think they're going to go in there and win by 30. But I do think the biggest matchup edge I can see right now is Ty Simpson, who currently looks like the best quarterback in college football, with an elite trio of wide receivers going up against a Missouri secondary that looks like they can be had. If Lenora Sellers, by the way, Sellers in that game, we didn't know if he was going to play. He was banged up. South Carolina committed a ton of penalties in that game. They lost the game. Their defense didn't play well. But Sellers threw for over 300 yards. And as you could see from the film, just because they lost the game by, I think the final score was 29-20, doesn't mean that South Carolina didn't have a boatload of opportunities and they connected on a bunch of them. And I think Alabama's defense significantly better than South Carolina's defense. So I'm picking Bama in the game. Short spread of just a 3-point margin. I think Bama wins this game by 2 scores. I think Ty Simpson is going to have another breakout game where he continues to show people why he is playing like the best quarterback in the country right now, especially from the neck up. The thing I love about Ty Simpson, and that's what scares me about Missouri's defense here, he is elite at reading what the defense is giving him and getting his team into and out of plays that work against that scheme. He has a ton of freedom at the line of scrimmage. He is elite from the neck up. And if you're going to give him zone windows like we saw, and if you're going to give him one-on-ones on the outside where the safeties aren't rotating quickly enough, you're going to get cooked. You're going to get absolutely shredded by this Alabama offense, who finally last week started to put a little bit of run game on tape with Jam Miller and the offensive line. So I think the Alabama offense, which has been good, not great in terms of their points output this year, right? They scored 24 against Georgia. They scored 30 against Vandy, barely covered, needed that late touchdown to get across. I think this might be the game where Alabama's offense breaks out and puts up a big number, and all of a sudden you're thinking Ty Simpson, Heisman Trophy, oh my God, this offense is legit. Like, we forget how good Kalen DeBoer is as a play caller and Ryan Grubb is as a play caller and scheming things up. And that Washington offense, which just sizzled in 2023 all the way to the national championship game, we forget how good that offensive brain trust can be, because I think they've kind of stumbled a little bit out of the start. They lost the game to Florida State. They had a tough matchup at Georgia. I don't think we've seen the best of Ty Simpson in this Alabama offense just yet, but I think the matchup against this funky 4-2-5 Missouri zone is going to showcase how good Bama can be. So I'd bet Bama in the game. I already did. I would bet Ty Simpson props. I'd bet Bama team total overs. I already have some Ty Simpson Heisman tickets in my back pocket. I got a 20-1, a small piece. I got a bigger piece at 17-1. It feels like this might be the breakout moment where Ty Simpson takes the reins of the Heisman Trophy market, and you see why Alabama's offense might be the best offense in the country this year.